Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about our journey of transforming our network service offering and how we are almost forced to include artificial intelligence analytics into advancing our service offering by the whole digital transformation journey and customer demand. By the end of it, I would hope to introduce a concept, or rather a prototype that we're developing of a new product that we hope to launch in the near future. First of all, let's look at the digitization journey. Digitization, you must have heard of it a lot. It's all about, you've heard about 5G, you've heard about data analytics, you've heard about AI. Ultimately, what we see is that over the last 10 years and in the next decades or so, enterprises will have more and more technology-driven applications being developed. These applications will be more tightly integrated into their day-to-day operation. In fact, we expect it will proliferate throughout the whole organization to the extent that in perhaps 10 years' time, everyone in the organization will be part of the digital operation. With that in mind, what we see is the vast application of artificial intelligence. We see is a huge demand on connectivity because every single part of the operation needs to be connected in order to form a digital operation. Thirdly, is a very tight coupling of digital technologies and the day-to-day operation, which leads to a lot of reinvention opportunities of revamping the current operations using technologies such as the ones that we mentioned, robotics, Internet of Things, AI, etc., etc. With this trend going on, however, the traditional IT connectivity infrastructure just cannot support the demands of this digitization journey. Traditional network is very passive. It focuses on mainly maintenance, operations. It's static. It only tells you when a connectivity is down or up, and pretty much that is it. And our experience from our customers is that this is increasingly insufficient to support their day-to-day operation. The problem with such an approach is that with so many applications that's going on, if any application goes wrong, you cannot tell it. You cannot diagnose, you cannot see where the problem is at the network level. It's very passive. You can only do anything when the whole application goes down or the whole site goes down. There is no preventive measure. It's not related to the business. You cannot link back the network performance back to the business performance. And this is actually a very large demand because a lot of stakeholders, probably all of you around here, are increasingly getting questions from the business side on how you can better support their business on an individual business basis rather than on an IT infrastructure basis. All these have exerted demands from our customers to us to help them how to better manage the infrastructure that is the foundation of all the applications on top. What we realize is that a new approach towards managing your IT infrastructure is required. It needs to be smarter. It needs to be analytics driven. It needs to have a dynamic monitoring. It needs to be much more business application driven. And ultimately, it needs to use artificial intelligence in order to achieve all these objectives. Allow me to introduce the concept, ICT Mind. So throughout our experiments and projects, with our customers in the last year and a half or so, we have come to a point where we decided there is sufficient demand in the market for us to properly launch and develop a product that will help our customers better manage their connectivity in the new generation of infrastructure. And it will leverage the following concepts. First, AI is right at the core of it. We will use machine learning to process a lot of data. And then with that capability in mind, it will support smart operations and maintenance. It will allow the IT guys to anticipate events, to do better capacity planning, to dynamically respond to incidents within your network. To do so, however, we need that new product to have the capability to develop, through correlation, a virtual model of the customer's network environment, establishing a baseline, detect anomalies, in order to look at multidimensional issues and incidents for the dynamic monitoring and capacity planning. And this is the concept of ICT Mine. We don't quite have this today yet, but I hope that we have something to show you very, very soon. ICT Mine is just part of our portfolio of innovation projects. It's the company mantra, innovation never stops. So outside of these projects, we're also working on multiple other fun projects. Some of them I'd like to share with you. On the IoT side, last year, some of you may have heard, we've developed the AR glasses, goggles, that will work in our data center. We're now looking into more development of that particular AR technology for different use cases. On the infrastructure side, we have obviously our SD-WAN offerings. We're continuing the enhancement of that. Artificial intelligence is something that we have increasingly invested more and more effort and resources into, both for our day-to-day operation and, as you can see, our product development journey. Overall, I hope you like our presentation. And if you have any further questions about what I've just talked about, feel free and we can have a chit-chat afterwards. Thank you so much.